All right, so now I'm going to talk about some other supplements that you might take around your workout, that different people in the gym use, that you'll hear people talking about. So we're going to start with probably one of the most researched supplements out there that seem to be very effective, and that's creatine. Creatine is actually naturally occurring in things like red meat, and is very good for muscle building, muscle recovery, muscle endurance. It's seen to have the most effect with no side effects of any supplement out there on the market for muscle building and muscle recovery and endurance. I take just an unflavored, there's all kinds of different ones. Creatine monohydrate is the cheapest. It's also the one that's the most researched and shown to be effective. So if you're trying to get stronger, build endurance for longer races, things like that, creatine is something that you certainly can add in your post-workout recovery shake or in a pre-workout drink as well. And again, you don't have to spend a bunch of money on it. Any creatine is the same. So don't go spending all kinds of money on creatine. It's the cheapest thing is just as good as the most expensive thing. Really basic one. The only drawback some people will say is that some people tend to retain water on creatine. Part of that is because it's giving your muscles what they need, and they want to retain some water. You certainly can see how it affects you, and use it as needed. Again, very researched supplements seem to be very good. Another thing that people in the gym talk about, you see people drinking all the time, is pre-workouts. So here's two examples. C4 is a big one I know a lot of people in the gym use. Spark is a Advocare energy supplement that people use as well. The most basic thing in both of these is caffeine. Caffeine is actually had a lot of research done around workouts, and it seemed to be very good for your endurance within a workout, etc. There's all kinds of other things in those. They're not needed. You don't have to have a pre-workout. The reason why some people will have them is long day at work, want to make sure they get the most out of their gym experience. They want to have some energy while they're working out, right? So that's the reason why people will use pre-workouts. And you can look into ones that you like if you feel like that's something you need. I'll be honest, for the longest time, my pre-workout was a cup of coffee. So those that know me know I like coffee. So that's what I used to have, is instead of only having coffee in the morning, I'd have a cup of coffee in the afternoon. And I joked that I was going to start a brand called Cold Brew and Creatine, because I'd mix my creatine into my coffee. So that's pre-workout. Again, caffeine's the basics of a pre-workout. So that's something you can look at as well. The next thing I want to talk about is branched chain amino acids. These are basically something that is contained within protein. They're the building blocks of muscle. And so that you can take drinks that have them. A lot of people take those pre-workout or part of the pre-workout, or you can take pills. Really doesn't matter. The key is that they have the basic branched chain amino acids. There's a lot of science around that in terms of making sure that your muscles, you're not wasting, you're maintaining the muscles that you have, etc., without eating a ton of protein. That's part of the idea behind branched chain amino acids. So more information about that, certainly can share that as well. And then the last one I'm going to mention is glutamine. It's essentially something that your body produces itself, but in times of high intensity exercise, sometimes it depletes those stores, so you can take glutamine as well. I would emphasize taking glutamine sometimes, particularly when you're feeling run down, starting to get sick a lot with workouts, things like that, because it also helps you maintain health. You'll notice like the pre-workout or post-workout recover that I mentioned, that's carbs and protein. It also has glutamine in it, so it's seen as a key recovery amino acid that your body normally can produce, but maybe it's under high intensity exercises and producing enough of. So those are some basics around your workout that you can use. Again, I'm going to emphasize not necessary, but certainly can enhance your workout in some way, shape, or form, and be useful if it's something that you feel is fit.